Hey, I have a few controversial things to say, and I just want to get them off my chest, and I really don't want to offend anybody, so I'm going to try to say them in the nicest way possible. One of them is more of like something that I've noticed that I think is rather silly, and then another one is something that kind of like bothers me personally. The first thing that I wanted to talk about is I don't care one way or the other who dislikes whose videos usually, but I was watching some guinea pig videos earlier today, and I saw some things that made me reflect on other things that I've seen in the past that just makes me feel kind of sorry for people and makes me realize that the world is full of miserable people. Y'all have the right to dislike whatever you want. I mean, I will not take that away from you. But I was looking at this guinea pig video today, and it had 9,000 likes, but then it had 1,000 dislikes, and I'm like, what kind of a person goes around disliking guinea pig videos? And it's not just that. Like, I've seen videos in the past where people have put up a remembrance of a loved one that's got disliked. A remembrance of a loved one disliked. I've seen things about, heroes rescuing people, sweet stories about animal friendships, just disliked. Now, just like I have the right to go around and watching uplifting videos, because that's what I enjoy doing, I guess I can't begrudge people who enjoy going around and disliking videos that are harmless. I understand disliking videos that are mean-spirited and threatening people, but unfortunately in our society those are the videos that get the likes. The ones that threaten people, degrade people, try to ruin lives, those get all the likes. But the happy, nice ones get dislikes. So I guess if that's what you enjoy doing, but it makes me think this is a miserable, miserable world we must live in when we got people doing that. I mean, how unhappy do you have to be? And I look at it this way. If you don't like guinea pig videos, great, that's fine. That's your choice not to like them. If you don't like videos about people rescuing others or doing kind things to others, that's your right. But it's so obvious on YouTube what videos are about by the thumbnails and the description and everything. For the life of me, I can't understand why if you don't like those things, you would go and take the time to dislike that video. That is like, it's like I picture someone like Scrooge going, yeah, I'm going to get all these nice videos off of YouTube. Maybe I'm too sensitive, but, I'm on YouTube because I love BookTube. But just going and trying to enjoy stuff on YouTube reminds me every day about what a miserable piece of shit a lot of people are. Sorry, that's just... Okay, yeah, I know it's judgmental, but you gotta wonder about people that do that kind of thing. They don't dislike the videos they should dislike. Oh, I know, who am I to tell people what they should dislike? I know that, but maybe you can see what I'm getting at. And then the other thing that I wanted to talk about, which, I don't want people to see me as negative, but I do have the right to vent about a few things, right? Okay, so, another thing that bothers me is, like, I belong to a bunch of different book groups, on Goodreads and in other places. And this kind of thing that happened, I was like, no, not BookTube. You see it happen on the sports channels, you see it happen on the wrestling fan channels. People get so personally involved. It's like you're talking about their relative or something, or you insulted them personally. All somebody has to do is say, I can't stand this sports player. I can't stand this team. I can't stand this wrestler. Or, oh, I didn't care for the game on Sunday night. They're not insulting anybody. They're not calling out anybody. They're not saying, you know, the player is a piece of shit. Some people do that, but I'm talking about these innocent ones. The player is a piece of crap. The author is a piece of crap. So is their whole family. They should die. Anybody who's a fan of these people are losers. I could see getting hate for that. Okay? But for an innocent opinion that doesn't hurt anybody or put anybody down, the way these people get, it's just, it's crazy. That's another thing that makes me think, what kind of a life do you lead? You know? Some of these authors, these celebrities, wrestlers, sports heroes, they'll never know who you are, and they don't care. You mean nothing to them. Maybe they're happy to have you as a fan, but why are you personally investing yourself in them when they'll never know who you are? You'll probably never even meet them. Why are you going and making enemies and insulting people and going after people because they have a different opinion than you? For example, an opinion about books. If someone says, I didn't care for that book, this is what I didn't like about it, they're not saying, you know what, you're a piece of crap because you like that book, and not only that, you're dumb. Nobody's saying that to you, but yet you act like that. Like it's a personal insult toward you. I don't like that. I don't want to see that amongst booktubers or, you know, good readers. I don't want to see that. That's so disheartening. I realize there's nothing I can do about it, and it's a free country, and yada, yada, yada. But, you know, when somebody says that they don't like a book or they make a joking comment about it, it doesn't mean they're insulting you. So why should you come back at them, who you didn't even know they existed until they come at you, and start trying to personally insult someone or make them feel like they're stupid or they're not allowed to make comments because they don't feel the same way you do? You know, just because you don't like a book doesn't mean you're personally insulting an author. They're perfectly capable, or they should be perfectly capable, of taking criticism. They knew that they were going to get criticized whenever they got into writing books. Okay, and, you know, I want to talk to these up-and-coming new authors who have an attitude that nobody even knows who they are yet. Okay? Who take offense at, and it isn't even their own book. It isn't even their own book that somebody criticized, and, you know, they're getting all smarmy and snarky and snippy and stuff. I've had people tell me on Goodreads that, you know what they say about it, if you're the only one that doesn't like the book and don't comment, and you're annoying because the author deserves all sorts of praise. And it's like, go away. I mean, if you, my goodness, you know, I think you know what I'm getting at. I don't want to get any further into that. It's very disheartening. But the thing is, the ironic thing is this one particular book, a lot of people disliked it. So that's what the ironic thing was of, you know, what the different people said. And, you know, people came in and said, hey, you know, we have the right to criticize books. And I really, you know, I agree with that. But then an author who I've never heard of comes in and goes, yeah, but do we have the right to criticize the critics? And the thing is that when you're insulting somebody, you're not criticizing them, you're insulting them. And, you know, that's pretty tacky if you're a brand new author to take things so personally. And this was an author that nobody had even critiqued his book or knew who he was. So basically what he was saying is that if you don't like a critique, you have the right to critique it. And I agree with that. I do agree with that. But there's a way to critique that's professional and that is not rude and that isn't trying to make somebody feel like they're not welcome and their opinion isn't welcome. It's not trying to make everybody feel like they have to think the way you do. Critique, by all means, critique a critique. But insulting and putting the person down and trying to make them feel like they're stupid and that they don't even deserve to be on Goodreads, that's just, come on, you know, I'm sorry, you big baby, grow up. Just grow up. If they're insulting, yes, by all means, give it right back at them. If they're rude, give it right back at them. But just because somebody gives an opinion that you disagree with doesn't mean you have the right to make them feel like crap. And I realize this is the world we live in today. But you know what? I think that if you're an author and you can't take criticism that's not rude and insulting towards you, I mean, I realize you're really invested in your book, but you had to know when you try to get into this profession that you would get that, right? You can't bully people into liking a book. You might think they're a total idiot and stupid and missing the whole point, and that's fine. But come on, if you want to get into this business, you've got to get over that. So I hope that I didn't put too many people off, but I just wanted to get that off my chest. And I'm by all means not saying everybody's like that, okay? But I'm just saying I'm disheartened seeing that in the book community. I guess I'm just naive. I don't know. I'm not anymore. I'm not surprised about anything anymore. But, you know, can't we just at least keep that out of the booktube community? Can't we at least keep that out of Goodreads? And another thing, YouTubers, what's wrong with having nice videos?